This is radio like you never heard before. Elegbete TV Radio, the best in entertainment and sports.
Hello, everybody. What's up, people? My name is Timmy Dakolo, and you're listening to Elegbete TV Radio. Stay tuned.
Elegbete TV Radio, redefining broadcasting. Listen.
All right, good morning and welcome to the Thursday edition of the Sports Buffet on the Elegbete TV Radio. My name is Daffy Matthews. You're going to love to come in the Elegbete One of Sports. Since I was born, this is the first Thursday where we'll be talking about Champions League matches. So the system have really changed, and change is the only thing that is constant in this world. That when change happens, you either go with it or you try to resist it, and you see what happens at the end of the day. But then, for those who didn't like the Champions League, I think that with 2 match days gone already, somehow, it does look a goal feast and look a lot exciting. Manchester City have had their second goalless draw match in 2.5 years. Last time they played a game without scoring at home was against Arsenal in the Premier League last season. Once again, they played at home and didn't score. Okay, so 2.5 season at Etihad, second time they are playing without scoring. But beyond that, this is the team that they played 2 seasons ago in the finals of the Champions League, and they managed to win courtesy a Rodri goal in that finals. Well, whatever you say, manage or not, truth is, it is written that Manchester City have won the Champions League once at least. So we're above Arsenal and quite a lot of other teams. And last night we saw Celtic score 5-1, and we saw Borussia Dortmund go to Belgium and massacre and annihilated Club Brugge by 3-0. But then Paris Saint-Germain managed it very, very late to win against Girona 1-0. Man City and Inter Milan, it was even Steven. Ended it started just the same way Bologna, Shakhtar Donetsk ended the way it started 0-0. Sparta Prague was not interested in that conversation as they beat Salzburg 3-0 and send them back to where they're coming from with that scoreline. While in the Dutch Eredivisie, it was Ajax 5, Sittard with 1 red card, 0. And in Spain, it was Real 2, Getafe 1. That was how it went in that part of the world. Well, then there was also Carabao Cup games that went down last night, and in different matches. Wolves lost again, 3-2. Coventry City almost did it over Tottenham Hotspur, but then eventually they left it late, but they won. That's the most important thing. So, the coach of Tottenham Hotspur said he always wins in the second season. Would this be the trophy they would win? Would they win this one? I don't know. Whatever they want to win, they should win. Football club, so whatever they put their mind to do, they should do. It's none of my business as far as I'm concerned. But then there is the news as put together by Timothy Dembo, and there's a whole lot of other things in the beautiful world of sports that we can look at and discuss as well. First of all, let's look at some of the headlines. Manu Akanji, was talking about the issue with this their jersey. I don't think I have issues with the jersey, but this jersey was inspired by the Oasis, and one of the Gallagher, one of the member of the Oasis, is a diehard fan, Man City fan, and he was actually part of those who designed this jersey. So one of those things that you can pick and learn from. While we were all seated and thinking, yesterday the news broke that one man, Salvatore Totoskilashi, I think is the most passionate footballer that I know when it comes to celebrating the goals passionately. Some of you of this generation will not know him. I passed on. Not too long ago, we talked about the passing away of Wenger and Eriksen, and in death, his burial looked like a royal wedding or a royal gathering as the best of the best landed in Sweden. I think somebody joked that the death of Wenger and Eriksen made more money for Sweden than a lot of other events, because the amount of private jets that flew in, think about fueling and refueling, and think about paying for parking space, for for the time that they were there. Think about the amount of money they will pay for Kabi or whatever. Think about the amount of money that they will pay for hotel, those ones that will stay hotel, and a lot. Okay, so the death of Wenger and Ericsson made money. They said he improved the GDP of Sweden. Well, tonight you're going to have matches in the UEFA Champions League as well, and the pick of the pie, the top of the sherry for me, and a host of other Arsenal fans would be. Look at it from this way. Every English team that have played in the Champions League have at least managed to avoid defeats. Is Arsenal going to be the one that get beaten? I don't know. But let's start from the bottom to the top now. Barcelona will be away at Monaco. Flick ball is really flicking. Would they meet a roadblock the way Man City met a roadblock yesterday in Inter Milan? I don't know. Some guys will be away at Brest in France as well. And RB Leipzig will play away at Atletico de Madrid. Arsenal going away to Atalanta. Well, in Bergamo, I don't know what's going to happen there, but there's a player that is red hot, on fire, untouchable, unplayable. I don't know how Arsenal will mark him, but that guy can be a menace to the society. Ben White, be ready. Either you get a red card or something, but this guy is a guy who gets the ball and he doesn't go back. He's always looking forward. He can bend it. He can bend it not like Beckham, but bend it like Lookman. And he's on fire. He's a Ballon d'Or nominee. He's a prime candidate for the African Footballer of the Year. He's untouchable right now. But I have learned from Victor Osimhen not to overpraise and overhype Nigerian players. It gets to their head, and might wake up tomorrow morning and do a video insulting all of us. So let's just talk football in general and leave the personalization of it. Bayer Leverkusen, who went unbeaten but have not found this season too good, but are not also in bad shape, are playing away to Feyenoord early in the day by 5:45, and then you also have Benfica playing against Resta Belgrade or Zvezda. I don't know how to pronounce that, but I'll stay with Resta Belgrade. Okay, that's the matches for today. I'm going to ask you this. If you are the Arsenal manager, what would you really do? You've got City coming on Sunday afternoon. What would you do? Prioritize this Atalanta game, knowing that you still have about 7 more games, if I'm not mistaken, to play to qualify. What will it take to just qualify, make it in the top 8 or probably top 16? Because if you don't make the top 8, you can still play in the other left tier. Prioritize this game, knowing fully well that Odegaard is out for a long time, because the scan have come out and show that it's going to take some time, maybe another 3 months, as Arsenal will play with that Odegaard. So for those who think that it is just that sports game, there is more. And Mikel Merino's shoulder is still hanging. It's not. It's still on the spleen. It's not, connected properly yet. Declan Rice will be back because the card offense is over. The suspension is over. It will be back, but how do you play? Again, Arsenal doesn't still have a striker, and there's nothing you can do from now to January. What would you do as an Arsenal manager? As an Arsenal fan, what would you advise that the manager do? Prioritize this game and then go and lose to Man City too early in the season to be that far away from Man City. Man City have 12 points already guaranteed, and Arsenal are somewhere behind. What would you do? Arsenal in 10 points, if I'm not mistaken, and Man City at 12 points guaranteed. And then if Arsenal lose to Man City over the weekend, there'll be 5-point gap already very early in the season. The normal way is for Arsenal to be ahead of City and City chasing Arsenal. Arsenal chasing City is a mismatch. It's a Toyota chasing after a Ferrari on full steam. It's going to be hard unless they have a blowout or an engine, something going wrong. I know that the rest of the Premier League would want Arsenal or Liverpool to take them. I don't think that Liverpool would compete for the title. I don't think so. I just think that somewhere along the line, this Liverpool will be found out. Okay, the way they play. I do agree that the tactical setup is interesting, is enticing, is appetizing, is just very, very good. But there's just something about the way they play that tells me they will get a camp out and they will fall off the perch. But for now, they are still there. And I know that the rest of the Premier League would say anything but City. Nobody likes one team dominating the league unless you are in Germany in the Bundesliga. But for now, everybody will sit back and be like, what do we do? But whatever it is, it's a crazy one. First of Man City have 1 day advantage over Arsenal. And then, what would you advise Arteta to do? Prioritize the Champions League or just go with anybody and then go ahead to Etihad and say, this time, last time we were here, we drew, and Rodgers said we have bad mentality. Let's go there and show what winning mentality is and play the way they played against Spurs and try to win off some dead ball situation and the rest. But can that really work? Because City is not Spurs, okay? But Inter Milan showed yesterday that you can defend solidly against City and confuse them. Well, I don't know. Just tell me what you think. What you think Arteta should do in the situation that he finds himself. While you're thinking about that one, while you're writing it on the comment section, and probably bringing up other talking points that needs to be mentioned. Manchester United. There's a two talk. Okay, they're talking from two sides of the tongue, or the sword is a double-edged sword right now, as it is, because on one front, everybody is saying that the plan is to keep Old Trafford, tone it down a bit, readjust it, and make it the stadium for the reserve team and the female team. Another some say they will demolish the stadium and do something. I don't really know. I wish Bobby would come around and explain to me what his club are planning to do. Bobby is a shareholder at Manchester United, so he should be able to give me the update what Ineos plan to do. But it is almost set and ready that the £2 billion stadium, the Wembley of the North, will go ahead. Okay, Man United will demolish. This is the headline. Man United will demolish Old Trafford if they press ahead with the £2 billion plan to build Wembley of the North. Idea to maintain Old Trafford for women and youth team. So we don't really know what they're saying. Previously, they said they will keep it for the youth teams and then the female team, but now we're hearing that they will demolish it. I don't really know what the plan will be, but we will bank on Bobby to tell us that one. Well, there is a whole lot other things. Some people are already betting that Andy Postecoglou's honeymoon will soon be over and he will be facing the sack. I mean, I'm not a sports fan, but I think that it's too early to talk about sacking him. Imagine if Arteta was fired in his first two seasons. Arsenal will not be where they are today. So even Man City with Pep Guardiola, after he came in when Man City just won the title, but in his first season he didn't win anything. So I think that as much as Spurs are a shitty team, if they want to turn that around, they should learn to be patient. And for me, giving Andy Postecoglou a 5-year period to turn this around would not be bad. But again, the way they sign players also doesn't help matters. To be very honest, Spurs only sign just a little bit above average players. Not really. You can't sit where you are and say they sign top class players. That's not top class players. When you go to the lower division, when you sign the leftovers, that's not top class signing. That's just regular average players that you're signing. But whatever it is their business, and they would live and die by the sword with which they use for themselves. So I'm not really one who pity them, but I just think that I should say Jimmy Carragher reveals how Brendan Rodgers talked him out of retiring midway through his season, as the Liverpool legend admitted he was embarrassed at Big Patrol towards the end of his career. You're not really Sabiu. I mean, you're good with media, but you're not really Sabiu. You scored more own goals than any other defender that I know. You're not really Sabiu. The way he's sounding like one thing. And the Marshal is feeling like a superstar because 2,000 fans came to the airport to welcome him. I think that's a new trend now by clubs to put fans and make players feel like they're good. But at the end of the day, when they are not good, the club will still cut them loose. So it's not a big deal per se. Arsenal, warning, beware. Ademola Lookman is on the Ballon d'Or shortlist and scored a hat-trick in the Europa League finals. The Atalanta star is as much different prospect to when he played in England. So Arsenal, beware. That's the warning that's been given to Arsenal. Now, knowing that already, should Arsenal prioritize this game, or say, well, what, we can lose to them, no problem. Let's go to Bergamo and lose, but focus on City. What if you lose to Atalanta and also lose to City? There's a whole lot of permutation. There's a whole lot of calculations going on here. But if you says, if somebody comes, I can guarantee one win out of the two. Choose one. I'll choose City. Beat City. Okay? I don't really care about the Atlanta game. Somewhere along the line, Arsenal would say, there's no way it happens. Arsenal is still going to qualify for the next round of the Champions League. That one I'm very, very sure of. So losing the first game is not a big deal. It's not even important as far as I'm concerned. But losing to City pretty early, the pressure, the weight, the whole talk had to be very, very hard. Thank God we beat Spurs. Imagine we draw against Brighton and then we lose against Spurs and then go on to lose to Atlanta and go on to lose to City. Jesus Christ. The banter will become the butt of the joke. Thank God we beat Spurs, so it's a bit easy for it. Well, the late Kevin Campbell, Everton icon and fans attend Kevin Campbell's special memorial service following the former Toffee striker's death, age 54. He was also a former Arsenal player. Fantastic guy. Tottenham survive almighty scare against Championships like Coventry as Liverpool seal Carabao Cup come back to ease pressure and Angie Postecoglou. All right. Yesterday was one of sports diehard fans' birthday. Yeah. Gwen. Sabi girl. Okay. Yesterday was her birthday. Happy belated birthday from the show. Yesterday I wanted to mention it, but I just glossed over it and got past it. Well, let's go to the stories. The news as put together by Timothy Dayimbo. Man, he's preparing for his exams now. So, guys, you can follow him on Twitter or on Instagram at TMT_Dayimbo and wish him success in his exams. His final exams are coming up, and he will need all the good wishes, all of the salutations and all that. Please follow him on social media and make him feel loved, make him feel appreciated for the hard work he puts into doing this, combining school with making sure that we have very, very good insight, very, very good stories for the show every Monday. Well, let's go straight. Arsenal head coach Mikel Arteta is hopeful his team has taken important lessons from last season's Champions League campaign. After a lengthy absence from the competition, Arsenal returned last year, but were eliminated in the quarterfinals, losing 2-1 on aggregate to Bayern Munich. In a press conference ahead of tonight's opening group stage match against Atalanta, Arteta said he believes his players have learned from their experience and is confident they can improve on last season's showing. Mikel Arteta, let's hear from you.
I hope so. That's the aim. It was a great campaign for us. We go to a place that we didn't as a club for 16 or 18 years. And we weren't satisfied and happy at all because we want more. So they show that hunger. I think we have the ability, we have the quality, certainly, and now we have to prove it.
Well, what do you want to prove? You want to prove that you're good enough? Well, Atalanta are a big side. Won the UEFA Cup, so you're not going to look at them and underrate them. That would be very, very sick and stupid. They lost the European Super Cup to Real Madrid. Superpowers, they can be beaten, but they can also beat you. So they are not a team to look down on and say, oh yeah, this is a small side. But again, I'm not going to be really bothered if Arsenal lose to them for as long as they are able to beat City. My problem is if you lose to Atalanta and you're going to lose to City, then that becomes a problem for me. But then again, the injuries are piling up and the prognosis, the diagnosis are not easy because you would have thought, 1 week after all these players are back. It doesn't look like that. We'll check with the Arsenal medical room. I will check. Let's see. And see the possible return date for some of those players as we check and see if players will be coming back soon or they will take some time. We need to know which of them is coming early and which of them will miss which match and all of that. We need to put them together and see. But let's see. No. Sorry. I'm clicking on something different that I shouldn't be clicking on. Injury lists. Okay. I don't understand. The computer is telling me to do what I'm not supposed to. What I don't want to do. Why is this iMac choosing for me? All right. So I got it now. So we look at this whole list of Arsenal players that are out injured, and it reminds me of Man United last season, where before you could play 3 games, you're rotating players. Even the ones that you don't want to rotate, you have to rotate just so that you can keep them going. So let's start with Mikel Merino's shoulder injury. Potential return date is on the 20th. Okay, so it's not far away, but definitely. Tomorrow he will be available to play potentially, but for now, that's not a good one. That's not something to be excited about, if you're an Arsenal fan, because the thing with shoulder, he does reoccur a lot. So you would want it to be firm and solid before you go and put him, because one of the parts that makes the most contact in football is the shoulder. All right. So there's shoulder to shoulder, hitting up. You can fall and land on it. So you need to be fully fit and ready to play. So for Mikel Merino tomorrow, he should be back potentially, but I mean, it could be a setback as well. Takahiro Tomiyasu will be back on the 28th of this month, which is about 9 days from now. Declan Rice is suspended already, so he suspended his service suspension, so he's back. There is no argument about that one. Ricardo Calafiori is supposed to be back and ready today, currently being assessed. He's at 75% ready to play. And then you have Bukayo Saka. What they say is, I don't know exactly what it is, but he could not continue the game that Arsenal played against Spurs. Potentially, they said he should be back today, but okay, he's been past fit, so he's back. And then you have Martin Odegaard. That one he not get return date. That one is scary. There is no return date for him. Alexander Zinchenko have a calf, shin, heel injury. All of you, nobody shin injury now. You get no return date. Karantiani, Karantiani is not available. That for the team, but of those 8, Bukayo Saka is past fit. Ricardo Calafiori is 25% short. Declan Rice is back. So of those 8, you can take away 2 that now you now have 6 players to deal with that are not available. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see how it goes eventually if they can come back. And then sometimes, to be very honest, sometimes you just wish that some players are out injured to enable you see what the coach can do, but just that they shouldn't be out injured for long, okay? Because again, that could be a major source of worry. But whatever the case may be, I think that right now Arsenal fans could be feeling comfortable, feeling relaxed that some of the injured players are coming. The only problem is that Martin Odegaard, the guy who orchestrates all the moves in midfield, nobody knows when he will be back. That's okay. It's something to worry about, no matter how confident you are. Another player that I think should come back pretty early, and then let's see what he can bring to the team, especially that left side of midfield, is Mikel Merino. Let's see how fast he can come back, and we'll see what he can do. But let's go back to the news as put together by Timothy Deimbo at TNT_Deimbo on Instagram and Twitter. Let's see. Brendan Rodgers have something to say. Everybody is happy about the 5 goals that his team scored, Celtic scored. But let's hear what he's going to say. Celtic cruised to a dominant 5-1 victory over Slavan Bratislava in the UEFA Champions League at Celtic Park. Glasgow last night. Speaking to TNT Sports after the match, Celtic manager Brendan Rodgers, Mr. Ibeke, described his. He acknowledged areas where they could have improved, but he credited the team's quality for their impressive display. I hate that thing with Brendan Rodgers just do so. Don't worry, next match you're not going to put a beats on that. That time you not say you're supposed to just agree for achievement. Well, let's say from Brendan Rodgers.
It was an absolutely outstanding performance and result. I think we got in the lead. It was a great ball in and a really good header with some other chances in the first half. But I felt we just needed to play a little bit quicker. We were just a fraction slower on the ball than what we would have liked. And maybe when we had 3 touches instead of 2, and just because our touch and pass tempo is very good when we get the rhythm in the game. But still, we were strong in the first half. And then we just reiterated a couple of things at half time, and then really second half. Wow. Just the greed of the players, the hunger, the pressing, the counter pressing, just the mentality of the team. I was so proud, and obviously then the quality of the goal.
Yeah, thank you very much, everyone who's clicking on the like button. But please, if you're just joining in and you're watching live, click on the like button on the show. It helps our rating. Who was asking, what does the like? Clicking on the like do to the show? It helps our rating because there is a weekly evaluation of our show. There's a whole lot of target setting and target meeting. So help us to cross there. I mean, you're already here. It's not like we have to go call you for something. You're already here. Click on the like buttons. It just helps the channel. I mean, it wouldn't do any bad to you if this channel become one of the biggest out of Nigeria or out of Lagos or out of Africa, I mean, in the years to come. So you're clicking the like also help us. With YouTube, one thing you need to know is that there is no human emotion connected to the back end. Everything is, the algorithm is a machine. and it is the data that is available to that algorithm that it uses to push and advertise your channel. So if you guys are not, for instance, you're doing a live stream. Live stream is a very dangerous thing. That's why a lot of YouTubers don't do live stream. The dangers with live stream is that live stream is where you go and prove that you really have a community. It's not the content. When you post content, whether people engage it or not, it's good. But when you're doing a live stream, that's what tells the algorithm that you have built a community. Because what it means is, okay, take for instance, I have 16,000 subscribers on my channel. I'm doing a live stream. It doesn't get up to 1,000 people viewing it. So it's the algorithm is kind of like, this guy doesn't really have all these people. These people are like bots. These people they don't exist. And then worst of all, when you have like maybe 20 people viewing and you have 3 likes, it just goes worse, right? It feels like probably you set up a lot of phones by yourself and you're viewing by yourself and you're pretending like, a lot of people are viewing you. So that's the reason why anybody who's doing YouTube live, especially content creators who are doing YouTube live, you hear us asking, please click on the like button. It's not because we really want to stress you or we like to see it all the time, but we just want to put ourselves in front of the market. Okay, as big as Coca-Cola, they are still advertising. We want to be rated high in the Google search optimization and all of that, and it is your like that will take us there. Please click on the like buttons as you're watching. Let's continue with the news. Pep Guardiola reflecting on his team performance in their opening Champions League game against Inter Milan expressed satisfaction with how they handled the Italian side. Guardiola City failed to score for the second time in 42 league games. Speaking to Peter Schmeichel's for CBS Sports, he praised his players for putting in a strong performance despite the match ending in a goalless draw against Simeone Inzaghi's team. So let's hear from Mr. Akbari Pep Guardiola.
We played, and we cannot expect defend him so well. The Italian team for so deep, create 20 chances, but we create enough chances. It was so clear. We concede few because they are so good in the transition, especially in the first half. Like where you are alone and you lose the ball, you are alone, you lose the ball. It happened a few times with Kevin. It's impossible to control the transition. So, but in general, I like it.
Well, in general, he likes what happened, even though they didn't win the game. They didn't control the game the way he wanted, but he liked what he saw. So that's a report of the coach. Whose report will you believe? The coach is the one who decides what is good and what is not good. So it's okay. Please click on the like button if you're watching live. And the first man that Pep Guardiola fired when he took over Man City called this guy into his office and told him, I will not be able to work with you. And the guy told him, you know what, give me a chance, let me learn. I can learn what you want me to learn. And he said, no, I've seen you, I've seen enough, I've read all the data. You cannot play for me. You cannot play in my way. Before I sign anybody, let me just tell you so that you know. And that was the beginning of the end of his career. Former Manchester City goalkeeper Joe Hart has praised Vincent Kompany for his impressive start at Bayern Munich. Kompany, who took charge of the Bavarians at the end of last summer, has won all 5 games in all competitions, with his team scoring 24 goals and conceding just 5. Speaking to BBC, Hart described Kompany as an exceptional leader with a relentless work ethics, adding that seeing him land the Bayern job felt very. That's a good man. You know, when you are happy for your friend's success, you are a good man. Joe Hart, I love my heart for you.
What I know about Vincent Kompany is he's an incredible leader. And he is willing to work so hard. He's not just resting on the fact that he's Vincent Kompany, that he's got so many Premier League trophies. He works so hard and he pushes his team. He pushed that Burnley team to the Premier League. And you know what? He believed in what he was doing and he went on his sword. He really did. The team probably weren't good enough to do what he needs to do, but that's just because it was the Premier League, not because they weren't a good team or he wasn't a good manager. That Premier League is so hard to crack. Eyebrows raised, bit of a transition period for Bayern Munich. But when I saw Vinny getting linked to the job, it just felt right. And look, what a start. Imposing his style. The team look happy. They're scoring goals. I'm really, really excited for this.
Yeah. I am super excited for him for so many reasons. Like I said yesterday, he's a black man that gives me joy. He's working. There's a lot of pressure on him. I want to see him win the Champions League, win the league, win the DFB Pokal. Win the treble with this team, it will be very, very exciting. Win the double also, it will be very, very exciting. But I want to see him win the treble. It will be very, very nice. Bayern Munich are the team that I've picked ahead of even my Arsenal right now. For them to win everything, I'm very happy. It's not Madrid bet, right? becoming boring. I'm not beefing them. You do not. I don't think that if Real Madrid. I'm just appealing. Madrid, down a bit, let other people have a chance. Okay, I know that power is not given; it is wrestled. So anybody who wants you to come and take it, but Madrid can't. You kind of cool down. You know, you're the Lord of the Ring. You're the Zeus when it comes to UEFA Champions League. We all know that. You produce everything. Everything good about the Champions League is written and woven around you. Every generation, every era of the Champions League, there's Madrid, dominance on it. So there is no way anybody's not going to argue. Yeah, you Madrid. But it's a club that you can't banter. You can't bash them. You can't say anything about them. And then the transition, the lead, and others follow. Yeah, but I just want to see other teams come to the play. And the politics that they played in 2004, can the word repeat it? Can we repeat it, please? In 2004, remember what happened in 2004? Can anybody remember what happened in 2004? And they tried to do it in 2016, but it just didn't work. But go back to 2004. Just think about 2004. Who won the Euros? Who won the Champions League? All of the things that happened in 2004, can it just re-happen again this time around? But that means that Bayern might not win the Champions League. But just someone new. Maybe Arsenal just won the Champions League. Come on, get out of here. You foolish. All right. Former Arsenal and Barcelona star Thierry Henry has shown his support behind the growing concern from players about the overwhelming match schedule. Both Alisson Becker and Rodri recently raised alarm over the excessive number of games, with Rodri even hinting at the possibility of players going on strike. They're not going on strike. Speaking during the CBS Sports Champions League coverage, Henry echoed this sentiment, stating that the players are being overworked and beginning to lose the joy that comes with playing the game. Thierry Henry, I hardly disagree with you, but this one I disagree with you completely, sharp.
And we talk about all the time the physical aspect of the game, and I remember people were talking about having the World Cup every 2 years. We all know why, and I will let Jamie talk about it because I know it's close to what you want to say about the. But I just want to say something. You want to play the World Cup every years, or you want to whatever they were doing. People don't think about the mental aspect of the game and what it's asking you, what those games are asking you mentally. Physically, your body will adapt, but mentally it's difficult to recover, especially when you're the guy of that team that everyone always expects for you to deliver. It's not easy. They play too many games for me. When you're the guy that's supposed to deliver all the time, it's tough. It's tough. You go home, you feel like you didn't obviously deliver, or when you do deliver, sometimes people go overboard with it because you cannot perform without your team. We all know that. But then you feel that need of delivering of at one point it's tiring. I see players sometimes playing without the joy anymore of the game. You understand what I mean? It's not the same. Well, let's talk about the Euro. Did you like the Euro? The best players were tired. All the best players, I don't care what people said, they were tired. Those guys at Regis 60s, they were tired. I don't want to see that. I want to see the best players on the field delivering. This is why people pay also. And people say that money talks. Okay, when I go and watch Man City at the beginning of the season, I don't want to see Foden on the bench and Rodri on the bench because you have to make sure that they recover at the beginning of the season. Come on,
This is radio like you never heard before. Elegbete TV Radio, the best in entertainment and sport.
Hello. What's up, people? My name is Timmy Dakolo, and you're listening to Radio. Stay tuned.
Elegbete. Redefining broadcasting. Listen.
All right, whatever happens, it's your turn now. You guys get in and tell me what you think about games yesterday and the games that are coming up tonight. Any game, pick it, be the analyst, be the person that will tell us what we want to hear or what we don't want to hear, but you want to say, but don't insult anybody. That's the one which is not allowed in this community. The community we're building is the one that have respect for each other, that can actually understand the fact that two truths, 3, 4, 5 truths can stand side by side without one trying to kick the other one. Well, please click on the like buttons. Okay, please help us. This one is an appeal, not be forced, but it's not as if money will go out of your account or you will lose anything if you click on the like button. Just click on the like button. Help the channel to grow. It not also profit to now if tomorrow every morning now I show up this channel no day again I don't go take Agberu job. I don't collect ticket for road. Don't they collect money for road? They give ticket to bus or Okada. Not to say God forbid though. The people who they do are not better pass them. I'm just using my creative space to work this work, but they work hard. He hard like Libu work. Somebody asked me a question about YouTube. I'm gonna read it and try to answer the person. But he hard. Point is, help us to grow. It's nothing wrong if you help us grow and you take credit, say this guy that is successful. After all, now they help all these comedians they grow too now. Now they help other people, their channel they grow. Help us to grow. Now we're sports fans, okay? Help a sports channel to grow, not be bad thing, to be very honest. So to click on the like button, not suppose be problem for where una dey. If una really, understand what I mean. And I'm not supposed to beg, but if una want my beg, make a kneel down, man, cry, why not? Who am I? I'm not too proud to beg. I will beg, I will kneel down. Who am I? Nobody. I'm just a hustling man who's looking for how to put food on the table for his children, pay school fees, and live a very decent life like that. So please click on the like button. I beg. Pity me. Look upon me with the eye of pity. I don't like self-pity, but pity me for this one. Pity me for this one. And click the like button. You not go take anything away from you. I will spend time talking about it. Since una no want to do am, make I dey beg una. I go beg. Job, Biko, I beg you people. Okay, let's come back to you people. There's not much that you guys are saying today, so we will take it from wherever it is. But before then, somebody sent me a message. Let me read it. They say not go meet blind person if you dey look for road. If you don't know where you dey go, not ask blind man for direction. This person will send me the questions. So now blind man they ask for direction. Now blind man. Okay, this message is coming from Bumi. That be Bumi Davis. Just Bumi. Hi, Dafi. My name is Bumi, and good day. How are you doing? This message is coming pretty early before your show, but please, I will be glad if you answer it on your show, because I'm sure that there could be a lot of people like me who are also dealing with the kind of problem that I'm dealing with. First off, kudos for the good job that you're doing. Lovely interviews, bringing back old memories for the Odi, the Idu. That's not Utubusi spelling. Okay, the Utubusi and the others, the Mejilawa especially. I love it. Sad to see the kind of things that happen in Nigerian League as per the Duke Udi interview. I like his honesty as well, because he gives credit to those who deserve it, and he also stated his own truth. Well, I'm a YouTuber and I've been for 5 years, but I've not even gotten up to 1,000, meaning that my channel is now monetized. How are you able to grow your channel so fast? Channel never grow fast though. How are you able to grow your channel so fast and get monetized? And if you have to advise somebody, what would your advice be? I remember when you left Brilla and you started, I was laughing because I did not see it working, to be very honest. All right, no problem. I get that, Bumi. But I need your advice. How do you figure out what to do, what works and what doesn't work? This one, I not lie. I will not be able to give you, and this is not me hoarding information. If you know me very well, I don't hoard information. I share it as much as I can. But let me go to something that YouTube referred me to. So there is a company called Promoter. Promolta. They help to promote your channel. Okay, the work they do, I'm not doing advert for them, but I'm just saying this is what they do. So this is a write-up that they sent me after YouTube referred my channel to them, and they sent me this message. Hi there, Idafe. Promoter has been helping, and we wanted to share some common misconception about YouTube. Okay, Bumi and any other category, listen. Here is a list. Number one, consistency pays off. Doing the same thing that is not working for years is a mistake. You need to try different things and do everything possible to make your videos unique. That's number one. Number two, popularity will come fast. That is a big lie. Most creators have to work for years before getting their big break. It's kind of like climbing a mountain. You think you make daily progress towards your goal, but it takes a long time to reach the summit. But me, I hope you're watching or you're listening. Focus on monetization. That's number 3. Okay, you can make good money on YouTube, but you need to build a loyal fan base first. This is very, very important. I tell people this one because I've also learned it the hard way. A common mistake creators make in the beginning is focusing on monetization instead of on growth. The key is to build an intense loyal following. Once you have that, monetization will be easy. Number 4, watch all metrics. I bet you, and this one I never need to read out. Nobody can fulfill all the metrics of YouTube. YouTube metrics is the most it is easier to make heaven than to fulfill all YouTube metrics. I have tried, and I realized that, you know what, focus on some things. My own is, before I read what is here, my own is, don't copyright anybody's content. Don't get carried away and you go no, focus on your own, be original, create your own thing. And this thing people they do might just take a put on my it go kill you at the end of the day. So there are too many data points on YouTube. The key is to watch one metric which really matters, and that is views. Thus, pay attention to which videos get the most viewers and produce more content like that. Number 5, stay in your lane. Many people in the industry will try to discourage you. The creators who achieve a lot of success always try varying things. Try to collaborate with giant stars, try to reach the superstar agent, try to get 1 million views. Our advice is, don't stay in your lane. Do everything possible to reach your goal. Remember that. Number 6, focus only on content. Content is 50% and distribution is 50%. So this, I have an advice. I can give a very good advice on this. So my other company where I'm partnering with a friend and the other people were doing some stuff there, we focus on creating films, documentary series, raise money. We ran into debt. We're in chapter 11. Chapter 11 means bankrupt. We're all bankrupt. We're all suffering. Some of the partners, their marriage have crashed because of the business. Thank God that my own, I'm still staying on my feet. Okay, my marriage is still intact, everything. But that is how damaging it was, because we were in debt to our neck trying to produce Super Eagles documentary. We're still paying back. That's why, like, if you ask me for 5K now, I don't give you. How my bank account they do direct debit before the money go reach there, they don't try. They will just send me email, say the money we do us, this is what we've taken from it, this is what is remaining, this is the interest that have come upon it. Well, one day I'll pay and finish. I'm just giving that as a clear fact. So we focus so much on creating this content that we did not even know how to distribute. We did podcast, one of the best podcasts. Before other people start to do podcast, we did one of the best podcasts, if you remember, special delivery. But we have a lot of it. We can't distribute it, and we can't trust it on YouTube that much because we need real money. Okay, we need real money to pay the debt we're owing. We're discussing with a lot of people, but we should have done that discussion before we start. That was our mistake. Okay, so focus on how to distribute. Focus on, I will give a step. Let me finish reading this, and then I'll give you my own personal new lessons that I've learned, and I'm trying to reach out now. Content is 50% and distribution is 50%. This means you need to have a plan for how to reach viewers. 95% of all YouTube videos have less than 1,000 views. Promoter can help because we can get your video on blogs, games, apps, website. This way, a lot more people will discover your content. So for the less than 1,000 views, that's my channel. That's a direct right to my channel. That 95% of my content have less than 1,000 views, which is true. I don't know about your own anyway. And 7, this is not them marketing themselves. Nobody cares about your success as much as you do. Thus, pay attention to your inner voice and your instinct. Many other people will have their own motivation and incentive. Never give up. If you need to reach more viewers on YouTube, try Promoter, according to Ascend by Angie. Now, Bumi, that's the best advice I can give you. That's an email that I got a long time ago, and I always go back to it when my head is, things are not going well for me. When sense is not making sense, math is not mathing, flow is not flowing, I go back there and I read it. What am I not doing right? What am I? That's how we came about this Chronicles of a Legend, where we are now. If you notice, it's not boosting the channel, right? It's also what brought about the live this show, that this sports buffet. Reason being that most of the people who followed me when I was in Brilla followed me because I was doing a live show. So when I came in here and I just felt like, no need, let's just be doing interview, let's just be doing grassroots, and we're getting very low turnout. And I realized, I told my producer, I said, but the people where really they follow me, the hardcore people where they follow me, there are two reasons. One, they like hard tackle. And I need to tell them from the beginning that, look, I can never do hard tackle again. It's the stupidest show I ever did in my life. I regret doing it. It's the only show in media that I regret doing. But I would also be here to do a live show. Okay? And I also explain why I don't do betting tips anymore, because it seems like it's driving addiction, and I don't want to be responsible for that. Having said that, though, Bumi, you need to find something that is good. Like you said, you do sports content. You need to find sports content that is good. I can tell you for free that the people on the internet are not interested in grassroots videos. I started that. It was my biggest mistake. I regret it. I spent 4 years of my journey doing grassroots. People don't give a hoot about it. So forget about it. If you can sponsor yourself to international competitions like the AFCON, like the Women's African Women Championship, the All African Games, do well to go there and get content and put on your channel. It will grow. If you also have the opportunity, if you reach out to me, I will reach out to some people. If you have the opportunity to interview some of the big stars, go and interview them. You never can tell. And you can vary your interviews. It does not necessarily have to be like mine. You can vary your interview. You can create a content. There's a content that I was thinking of. I can share with you. You can do it and even improve on it. What do they eat? The stars, what do they eat? How do they eat? So when you go to them, you get them to prepare their favorite meal. If you have the time, you record it, how they prepare it. Always make sure that when you're interviewing them, tell them to off their music, because people like to, like me, when I work at home, I like to play music. If I'm washing clothes, I'm cooking, I'm doing anything, I like to play music. When you're recording, make sure that those music are off, because this music play on the background, you would be putting your channel in trouble. So those are the little advice that I can give to you, Bumi, and I hope it does work for you. My channel is not successful enough for me to say I'm a successful YouTuber to give advice, but these are tips that have been given to me, and I can also give it to you. They gave it to me freely. I'm not going to say I will hoard it, so I have to share with you as well. So that's all. Bumi, do well to subscribe to my channel. Send me the link of your channel. I will also subscribe to yours as well. Thank you very much, and may your channel grow. That's all I can pray for. That's all I can wish you right now. Please, guys, if you're watching this live, please do want to click on the like button, and let's have some fun now from you people. I've done my bit. It's time for you to do your bit. Okay, but while we're doing your bit, please click on the like button. I beg and I beg, not be forced. You can see Bumi, the tone of Bumi complain. Say request or message. That this thing as easy as they think. Yeah, I'm not saying Senator. Say this from the office. I was done by new car. Yes, I know. Now 1% of the 100% be that. Those of us who never reach there, Mona stay help us grow. Thank you very much in advance for clicking on the like button. But I just not the beg, not beg with the beg. Not be forced. We not the force now, not beg with the beg. Henry Uche Chuku say your jersey is my best Super Eagles jersey ever. Oh, thank you very much for that. He say you're doing a great job. Thank you very much for that. Lord Mayor say Ben White get work tomorrow. Ademola, not be tomorrow, not today, bros. They don't postpone the match. They postpone the match. I now send the breaking news. They don't postpone the match. Lord Mayor say Ben White get work tomorrow. Ademola no go easy to work. We shall see. He said Liverpool squad is showing top 4 position. Adeyeri Kagumba say hi, how are you? Fulham versus Newcastle United. Bruno Jolinton and Sandro Tonelli and Osula start for Fulham versus Newcastle. It win. Okay, no problem. Wish Newcastle the very best. My problem with Newcastle is that before this sugar daddy, really match on. I think that if you take away, because you can't convince me that Aston Villa have a better squad than Newcastle. If you take away the English manager from Newcastle and bring in maybe a Spanish or a German manager, Newcastle might just become one of the teams competing for the top four. But for as long as they have an English manager, it is hard for you to convince me that an English manager will be able to do something meaningful with Newcastle. Yes, you argue that they were in the finals of the cup the other season. Yeah, but that's where it ends. Okay, they should make progress. The kind of money they have, they should be competing for the title or challenging for it, even if they're not going to win it. Not this one that they find themselves. Olafat says, "Good morning, boss. Good morning to you. Yesterday wasn't as rosy as we all thought, as the matches didn't prove many goals, but." Kudos to Brendan Rodgers for securing Celtic first win in the UCL over a decade. The results were not really that bad. Now, was it really that bad? I mean, there was goals in a lot of places. There were only two goalless draw, and those are the two games that I watched. So if you look at the 3-year, plus 6-9, Continental 3, was this one 10, 13. 13 goals in how many games now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 13 goals in 6 games is like two goals per game. Not a bad result, not a bad one. Yeah, but unless you're expecting 9 goals in every game, that's not going to happen. That's unusual. For match day, this is like the perfect type of result. 6 games, 4 wins, 2 draws. Not a bad one, in my opinion, but we have it differently. I love to say, for me, I'm not afraid of the 2 games coming up. Both Atlanta. Did you say you're not afraid? And City, because I know we will best Atlanta no matter what. And if not poor officiating, City will take the L. Listen, but I know something I don't know. Well, Adebi Ibambo says Arsenal will survive both fixtures. Atalanta and City, Lookman will be taken care of. See arrogance. These guys are pridey. We go pridey. Alama. Okay. I don't talk. Akimbola Lanre says, if I were Arteta, I would prioritize both games, especially the Man City game. Can't afford to slack up against Man City this early in the season. Lucky Ogali, he said the only way to stop Ademola is to make sure Arsenal dominates the game from start to finish. If not, Ben White, he will shift back tired to do. Not the same place I did with you, but some people are very pride in you. Who are Makanaki say Elegbete, we Real Madrid are the best football. Not you in the world now. Okay. The other one says nostalgia feeling seeing you sporting this iconic Nigerian jersey of '94. If only I can turn back the hands of time, because go disappear. The children when you born go disappear. No, turn back the hands of time. I flash say go into the time loop cause most problem. Please stay where we did. Let's move forward. Okay. Olafat says for me, Manchester City were lucky yesterday, but I feel Inzaghi should have started Thuram and Martinez up front. There's something one wise man told me one time, and I'm going to share it with you. Everybody have 20/20 vision on hindsight. After the fact, everybody knows what should be done. So the analysis is sweet when the event don't pass. Before the match, you wouldn't have been able to say this. Akim Abibonje says, a great show from you always. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. The Alaro says Inter Milan were very lucky yesterday, carved open on a number of occasions, just that the ball wouldn't go in. And boy, I still fancy Gundogan sharp as you like. Okay. Someone Babajide says, boss, Henry is very right with his position on the overburden of players with matches. The buzz you experience while watching your favorite team without seeing your star players cause the attire. Well. Let's wait a minute. Not agree and not support this conversation is on a few of them. Let me drop a few of them. For starters, if we want to go back in time, 10, 20 years ago, players were playing 60 games. Players of the top teams. The league matches did not change. All this noise that we're making, the league matches are still 38. The FA Cup games are still the same. The Carabao Cup games are still the same. Wait a minute. Look at the complaint well. The only complaint we've had have come from the Premier League. There's no player in Spain who's complaining. There's no player in Italy, in France, in Germany. in Belgium, in Holland, in Poland, in anywhere of the land. The only land where there's complaint is England. That's one part of it. Now, if you want to remove game, the big teams that are playing in the Champions League and currently in England have been excluded from the early round of the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. So that's some games that have been dropped. How many additional games do we have in the Champions League? 4. So where is all this talk coming from? Thierry Henry played 60 games in his time. What have destroyed the game more is all these robotic things. Any smart thing you do, they give you card. Those are the problem. I don't think that there is extra game. That's one part of the conversation. Part 2 of the conversation, which is the most fundamental one. When I hear Rodri say there's a possible strike, you guys that are playing this plenty game are 5% of the total number of players in England. You're telling me that a population of 5%, the arrogance and the audacity, you think that so Rodri will call a strike now. Nottingham Forest players will go on that strike. They're the Chris now. Burnley players will go on that strike. Wolverhampton Wanderers players will go on that strike. Southampton players will go on that strike. For what reason? What justification do they have to go on the strike? That's one. You have a squad that everybody says that your reserve can walk straight into the starting 11 of the other 19 teams in the Premier League. So you're telling me that those players cannot play matches, you can't rotate them. Even as small as the Arsenal squad, they rotate their team for the Carabao Cup and they play the reserve side. Arsene Wenger has been doing it since forever. The FA Cup, if you don't want to win it, see, prioritize competition. Because you cannot on one hand be demanding a salary of 400,000, 500,000 like that, and then you say you don't want to play the game. That how we want to bring the money? You understand? It's like when I go out on the streets or when people meet me at the mall with my children and I'm trying to they stop me. Oh, I see that you couldn't interview. I see this. You need to do more. Do you know how much it costs me? And I ask him, do you have my YouTube link on your WhatsApp status? Have you shared the content on your status? Say, oh, I know do. If I'm not getting enough views, how do you think I spend money to travel? Go on, you should go and interview Christian Chukwu, Felix Owolabi, this one, that one. You send a track, then the track they go. So if you're asking for more, the more will be demanded of you. To whom much is given, much is expected. The sponsors who are putting their money need games. You that is asking for more money should already know from the get-go. A couple of seasons ago, Alan Shearer was signed for 30 million. The uproar that went with that signing of Alan Shearer for 30 million, Blackburn to Newcastle, was incredible. It was called crazy money. People made noise about it. People shouted that it was too much money. Today, if you sign a player for 30 million, a player flop, nobody will say anything. 30 million is shitty money now, right? In football terms. That's the way it is. You can't sign a player for 105, 110, 115 million, and the player have the audacity to demand for, say, £500,000 a week, and then he comes out and tell you that the games that he's playing is too much. You have to find the balance. If the players have never complained about the bonuses they get, the money they get paid, nobody should complain that the games are too much. 4 additional games? What are you saying? We've gone from 60, 65 to 70 games, and it's too much all of a sudden. They don't want to play well at the Euros. That's why they didn't play well at the Euros, because Harry Kane that cannot score goals at the Euro is scoring goals like goals are going out of fashion in the German Bundesliga. Okay, let's talk about too many games a bit. The Spain not playing good football at the Euros. Was there a key player in Spain that did not live up to expectation? They went on to win it. So what exactly is it that these players are saying that maybe I'm not saying well? The truth of the matter is, these players wants to eat their cake and have it. They've not come to the table. If you want to come to equity with a clean hand. They've not come to the table to say, okay, let us be the first to say we are earning too much in the game. Our transfer fees are too much. Let's bring that down. Because they're sounding like Nigerian politicians. Everybody should tie their waist, but they're buying new jeeps. They are traveling abroad for treatment. They are getting private jet. They are using 29 billion to build a residence for vice president. But then they come to me and you say, let's cut down. No, we can't cut down. You will play the ball. That's what you sign up to do. You go play them. Would you rather go home and sit down, terminate? If you don't want to resign, resign. Don't say, okay, I want to terminate my contract. I don't want to play football again. You can do it. But don't tell me that you want to go on strike, say the game's tomorrow. How many games? Say they're tired mentally. No. The man who's working in construction, what is it? What's happening to him mentally? The man who's in the hospital, stay with sick people that he's not related to, that he doesn't even know. a doctor is doing surgery for other people's children, his own child might be having a problem and he can't even leave this one to go and take care of them. What do you think is happening to them mentally? No. I've been doing media for God knows how long. When I was in Bula, 5 years plus, no leave, no break, no off. Do you think it's not doing anything to me mentally? And when the month end, I get 150,000 naira salary. But the next day I'm going to go to work. Oh, I'm not tired. I'm tired. I'm mentally tired. Shut up. You get paid too much to complain. What footballers get paid for at the highest level is so much that they should shut up and be grateful for the rest of their life. There's no footballer who's at the top level who should complain. Do you know what these guys drive, what they fly on, what they eat? See, football have gone so scientifically advanced. There is medical facilities that make you recover faster than ever. There's even no contact. When I play football, they'll kick you 6 feet up. Referee will tell you to stand up. Now your shadow, somebody's shadow go touch you like this, they go blow foul. And then you tell me that one thing, somebody touch the ball, they'll give a red card. So it's very smart to scuffle, they don't give card, they don't blow. There is technology making the game easy for you. And then you're here telling me that the game is too much. Are you crazy? Did you see 1966 World Cup? You know how many times they kick Pele? They kick him, he will stand up, they kick him again, he will stand up, they kick him again, he will stand up. Just so that England will win the World Cup. Are you joking here? Did you see the 1982 World Cup? You see what the German goalkeeper did to the French striker? And they didn't even give him a yellow card. They carried the player for stretcher. They go hospital. Stop all this. Mona, stop all this talk. Those players are talking rubbish. And Cherry is just trying to get on the good side of the football players. What's other one? Say Cherry is right way. There you go, Luke Bush. It's my club hero and so bloody one. Everybody were here. Another Henry don't come. You better not support Henry because I'll get problem with you. He said, I'm not just the reason Ademola Lookman at all, cause AFC no day in the 2010 era again. Opposition no know what thing they come after them. Now AFC of Arteta be this. So classic thoughts. Okay. If you say so, but Atlanta, not be easy side. Olafat said people that always shout playing style. What happened to Manchester City playing style yesterday? Why didn't Pep play his style instead of low block at some point? Low block, jam another. Well, I don't know. Samuel Babajide says Arsenal will silence Atalanta because Lookman isn't a player you can build your team momentum around. Atalanta victory over Fiorentina was because Fiorentina was wasteful on several chances created. Okay, his pride and arrogance is very, very high, but there's something that you are seeing that I'm not seeing. So let me keep my mouth shut and watch. As you know, I don't know, but you guys are very, very confident. So let me also, go with you. Yeah, Olafat said for Arsenal today, I expect the defense as Spurs, but a midfield of Rice, Partey, and Trossard, and the front line of Martinelli, Havertz, and Saka, hoping to see more minutes for Salah, Edin, and Nwaneri. Nabina. This is business time. Delawa says, I feel Arsenal can handle Atalanta, even with red hot Lookman. The midfield can try and do more control since there is not much creativity in the absence of Odegaard. Let attack run and rest on its own. Ademola Ibrahim says Arsenal should be able to handle Atalanta without losing. I will not start Saka against Atalanta. Give Sterling a chance to play from there. Okay, Additional Alpha, somebody has give us a different dimension, which I like. Additional Alpha say, well done, Elegbete. This advice is very valuable. I hope it is for Bumi. So say, Baba, this your Nigerian JC, they enter my eye, close your eye. Paul Obin say, Mr. Idafe, if there is any program you was doing, it is hard tackle. I never liked that program because to me, I never make any sense from the program. And hard tackle was shit. And so why we're doing it was fun, it was nice because we're depicting what people do at the vendor stand. But that's not why it is shit. Okay, that's not why I think it's shit. The fact was that every time I finish a tackle, I had to deal with headache. If you know me very well, I don't like taking medication. I start carrying pills to work, the headache, the strain, and all that. I mean, why would two grown adults be shouting at each other, going at each other, when the two of them are convinced that the things that they are saying is rubbish? Yeah, but we're just trying to create what people do at vendor stand. I can't do that in my next in the menial lifetime. I won't do it again. Okay, and Digital Alma say UCL is giving some vibes. Let's see how it goes on the other side. Which kind of JC design Man City wear yesterday? They give me shit feeling. Well, for the purpose of the design is good. Please, guys, click on the like buttons. I beg you guys in the name of the Lord. For the purpose of the design, first off, there's a wisdom in that. You know why? The Oasis is one of the biggest musical band in the world. So if you design a jersey that coincides with their return back and one of the members is responsible for that design, what it tells you is that every Oasis fan will likely buy that jersey. And, you know, their next live performance, if they wear the City jersey, say, listen, some things make it not fine. My mother go say, not be everything where they sweet, good for body. Not be everything where they bitter, bad for body. You have to find the balance. If they sell and they find at the end of the season, you find out that they sell 20 million copies of this very jersey. You just say, go say, give you shit vibe. For let's say each of those jerseys sells for, just say, £50. Let's say we put it at £50. They sell 10 million copies of that jersey. The bank account not go to smash it. You work for bank, you know what I talk, bros. Shit money they smash it for bank. Oh. So I don't know. I just my own. Lucky Ogale said I watched City versus Inter. Barella really impressed me. This is the best way to play. City leave them with the ball and be effective when you have the ball. Taremi and Thuram were poor for me. I agree with you on that one. So Olumide says, I feel send my crew bed to come scout when you go watch. So where they watch, and my washing machine get dryer, so now I go dry them. Whether your crew bed go fly enter them, make that heat fry and go shop them, we go know. When you go wash and dry, so it could bring the jersey to me. It's a perfect fitting jersey on me. Close your eye, your crew bed no go return because I go shop them. I'll roast them, I'll shop them. And Romaru says, Bumi, with the question, see how freely you've been fed this money. How many Nigerian YouTubers will open up to you this week? Elevator One still remains the Pope and Bishop of the industry. But you know, one of the things I always say is that when you type Google and you see a lot of information, people put them up for free. And so this is part of this world. I mean, I remember when I first started, I went to approach a few people who are really big in the industry. Say, Afana, show me how to go back. How do you even do this monetization? Everybody was just like, nah, God, do. You know that funny response? Nah, God, do. Not, you know, as time goes on. And then again, there are big content creators where I go reach out to, like, just appear on my views from the stand, okay? And when I share it, you also share it. I'll mention your channel. You just pop it on your socials. No. I don't do that. Oliver, we go still grow. You know what I mean? We go still grow. Olafa say, I've said it that this PSG team are not giving because of their midfield. They play just like Liverpool slot, and it showed yesterday too. So I'm waiting when they play proper team with a good CDM. Well, we shall see. The most important thing is when you play badly and you win, that's a plus on your side. And teacher Lavuma said, Toto Schillaci, may he rest in peace. Italian 90 was such a memorable tournament, even with the few goals. Yeah, Ademola Benny Bryan says, if Ita were clinical yesterday, they could win that game. Girona were just unlucky yesterday with that goal they conceded. Okay. Lucky Ogale say, Henry talking about overburden. As Messi and CR7 ever complain, why is the complaints coming from these woke complaint players? Is someone stopping Rodri from sitting on the bench for Nunes? Let me ask. Okay. Olafat says, why are they burdening? They are being paid more, so they expect. Where them things say the money go come from. Okay, I understand. The other say each time a new era comes, there is always this without looking at the contest. Most time, too many games will always be an all-time debate. To be to be today. Ademola Abiodun says, Arteta don't change our mentality. Now trophy remain like this. P-Man says footballers should shut up and play football, and they should be grateful to be among the 0.1% that succeed to play. The average fan buying those tickets are being paid 24k pounds per annum with a 2080 man hour. Tell them. A lot of people don't understand what this brother they talk. You should look at. Ademola Abiodun said the jersey. Now me, I like him. Okay, the Man City jersey you mean. So when players complain about too many games, try and look at it from this angle. You get paid 250. Let's even peg it at 250,000 pounds a week. That is 1 million pounds in a month. The people where they buy this jersey, they buy tickets, they come stadium under rain and shine. Some go come the stadium finish, watch match finish. They don't even know what they will go eat for house. They will go home, they go deal with the bills. When I go still lose some games, when I go still stress them, and I don't win any trophy. But then you are complaining. Because win or lose, you get paid. Everything is fine. Everything is smooth. You live this luxury life. You carry the most expensive babe, the most beautiful babes. You fly private jet. Everything is done for you with ease. The people where they cough the money, so the collective group where they cough the money, the 60,000 fans that come in, week out, they get beaten by snow, they get beaten by rain, they get beaten by sun, get abused by other fans. Some of them, they never even get work. They just they scrap because what would those ones be saying? If those are the people complain that too many games, we don't want to go to games, like I can understand. But footballers, the money footballers earn, I've been in that space. The money footballers earn, the glory that come with it. They retire, there is already a media house that will take them and give them another annual salary of £5 million for doing nothing just to criticize people. And then you tell me that the money is too much. Guys, no. See, there are complaints I can take. But this one, when the football don't talk softball, why rugby players when they complain say the game? Okay, so footballers and basketball, who play the most number of games? Let's talk about that for a minute. Footballers and NBA players, who play the most number of games? Have you ever heard NBA players complain that the games are too much? Do they? So where footballer, and then let's even look at footballers and NBA players. Who run the most? Who is at risk the most in terms of contact? Let's put that one aside. All these footballers that are saying mentally, this one. Rugby players, you are practically doing body jamming, no protection, nothing. Like bloody. Every game, every rugby game, there is blood gushing. Tomorrow you. So this around football is disgusting, is stupid, is silly, and people make it look like footballers are so genius that they need to rest for 2 months to be able to play 190 minutes. You're mad. 90 minutes. Where you can go 90 minutes, your leg not go touch the ball. What was that? What's really the thing that footballers think that they are doing that is so mentally challenging? Try neurosurgery. Try flying a plane from one end of the world to the other end and deal with cabin pressure and all of that and carry the life of 200 and something people inside a plane and then tell me that you're doing what work. You are having fun and you get paid over the top and then you're complaining that there's too much game. Don't go fire them. They don't want to play for their national team. It's simple. So don't tell me that it's because of too much game that the Euro is not exciting. The Euro is not exciting because these players are stupid. They go to the national team and they don't want to play. Nobody should come and tell me that it's because of too much game. Too much game where? Have you worked in an oil rig before? I have. If you work in an oil rig and you see people drilling and then something happened, they sound that alarm. You hear that alarm. It's called all hands on deck. Just when you just want sleep after doing a 12-hour shift, they say all hands on deck. You know what it means? Even the people who say they are supposed to be on rest in their cabin, come aside. Come aside in an environment where whether rain they fall, sun they shine, heat though you're walking. If fire catch there, they're starting to even take you out. You die there most likely. And you play football. They say if somebody just touches more like they'll give a red card. Conversation now because I'm not even ready for it. So all everybody they say, Baba, Now, the Arsenal of Arteta, you can always expect a goal at 90 minutes and plus, because almost all Arsenal players are goal threat. Okay, people say they earn an average of the fans' yearly salary in just 2 days. I am tired too from going to work 5 days a week or 6 days, but I am being paid to work. You have to work. It's the mentality shift. I remember when Man United played against Juventus and Kane scored 2 goals, the game of his life in 1999, and Alex Ferguson came out and praised him. And then the media went to interview Harry Kane and said, the manager said you played one of the best games, you did this. And he said, why are they praising me? Is that not my job? I get paid to do it. Do you praise the postman for delivering the mail? Do you praise the doctor for doing the surgery? Sometimes it's the mentality that will build around these players. It's solution that will make them feel like, oh, you're doing the job you're doing is such a hard job. Are you serious? Do you know that a media person does not have leave, does not have a public holiday? Are you guys aware of that? The person who give you the news every single day, it doesn't have a public holiday. Sometimes they don't even allow them to go on leave because that voice must be on air. Every time you turn your TV, don't you see the same presenter, the same reporter doing their job? You think it's easy? The guy who's there reporting the war, you think it's easy? Bullets are shattering there, bombs are exploding, and you're reporting. You don't know whether you go back to your family. You think the policeman who goes out every day, you think it's easy for him? No. He thinks that he's going to die. That he's going to go into some neighborhood where there will be gunfight, and he's the one that will die. The chances of somebody dying in a football stadium is next to zero. The chances of somebody dying, it is easier to die in a church. It's more possible to die in a church than to die in a football stadium. Let me give you a very vintage example. Since Boko Haram started in Nigeria, people don't die for mosque, people don't die for church, people don't die for school. Nobody's died in a football stadium. This is a war-torn zone. There's war in Ukraine. People don't go to school anymore. People don't go to churches anymore. But football is still going on. Telling me that nobody should piss me off, I beg. Nobody should piss me off. Aderi Kagumba says, hi, Daniel Alom. How are you? Yeah, I know you're talking to some people that is not here. Akim Balalari Edafe, don't verse for these silly footballers. You know, it's annoying. It's very, very annoying. It's annoying. The money you get paid, there is nobody in other industry aside sports who earn that kind of money. And then you come and they nag. When they finish playing, 5 years after they finish, they are broke. They are all broke. They are useless, if not used. So when they talk, they sound like they get sense. They don't get sense. So how am I going to listen to foolish people talking nonsense? And then again, they are 5% of the block. Look, let's look in English League. There are 92 football clubs in the English football pyramid. 92. Of this 92, at most, only 7 or 8 clubs now they play European football. So you're telling me that the players of these 7 or 8 now, their needs supersede the needs of the other 80 something. If I hear them, it's not even up to 5%. It's actually not even up to 5%. It's not like 3%. So what's wrong with them? They would want to go on strike. Let them get out. I'm done with the show. This is not pissing me off, guys. Sorry that I got into this mood, but it's very, very, very annoying. Footballers should be grateful for the rest. Should be thankful that we're playing this ball, this game that normally when we were growing up we would play from morning till night. We don't stop. Now we're playing under protection. Now you used to play it on hard surface, on concrete floors, on the street, and everybody is fine. And then all of a sudden, you're playing, you get paid, you have insurance, you have everything, pension, everything, you're protected. When you're playing, the period where you're playing football, almost everything is taken care of for you. From your flight is arranged by some other people. You don't know, you just show up and you fly to where you're going to and you're coming back. Almost everything is done for you. And then if you're lucky to be playing it well, even your private travel arrangement, you can tell the club to help you do it. They'll do it just to make you happy. And then you come out and say you're tired, that it's taking a mental strain on you. Simon Campbell says, good morning, Mr. Alegota. Good morning to you. It is a pity that we live in an overpampered era where everything has been made easy, and yet people still complain about too much work when they earn some. Like The reality is that it's an insult to the people who are not working very hard, round the clock to make a living. Because you start asking yourself, let's be honest, would I take this job or take the footballer's job and play 100 games a year and earn what he earns? Obviously, everybody will say yes. So at what point is that job now a difficult job? At what? It's like people telling me that, no, my job is hard. No, shut the fuck up. Your job is not hard. You're still in the country dry. You're not doing any shit. You just get paid. That's exactly what is playing in League 4 right now. Rodri and say, oh, you're fighting for me. Yeah, what you're saying is true. But the guy's looking at Rodri like, Nick, are you okay? Are you mad? Is something wrong with you? I will give up my mom, my dad, my entire family to have what you have. And you're telling me that the games are too much? No, nah. Like, shut. Let's move on. We can't argue this forever, but thank you guys for joining on the show. Thank you for those 43 of you that click on the like buttons. The other group of people who refuse to click on the like buttons. Whatever it is I've done to you, please forgive me, but next time, please help me click on the like buttons, okay? Thank you very much for being on the show today. Let's do it again tomorrow. It's Pidgin English tomorrow. I always look forward to Friday. And for everybody who drop a comment, thank you very much for joining on the show. And for those of you who have not subscribed to the channel, do what to subscribe. Help us to grow. Like I always say, the growth of this channel is everybody's responsibility now. And content that you love, that we're doing, we promise to do more. I give you my word on that. We promise to do more. Or we just need to get the views up, the subscribers base up, and then we will go out on the road again. For now, we're still here, we're stuck here, but pretty soon we'll be on the road again. And those people that you will ask us to interview, so Tarila Okorowanta is the major name. I've started making contacts. I know now that he works with Bayern United. Sunday Boygbe. I've not been able to establish a clear contact. If he's in Benin, I will, but you know that a lot of Edo people like to go abroad, so he might be abroad. I need to figure out where he is. For the legend, if you notice, I don't like doing Zoom interview, especially the older generation. I like going to sit down with them and explain to them, because again, old school people don't really sabi this Zoom thing. So if you go tell them they do Zoom, you might not be able to achieve it. And then again, I also like being close to them and sit down. Maybe we'll sit down for like 2 hours, talk first, get their emotions in tune with what we want to do before you do the interview. What you guys watch is the finished. Take a whole lot. You need to do, and this is our only. And sometimes when you write to some people, they'll tell you that, oh, your YouTube numbers are not good enough. You cannot talk to my daddy. You cannot talk, because now it's their children that you have to deal with. Their children. Some you can get them directly, but some you have to talk to their children. So some of those things that you guys have mentioned, we're working very hard to get to them, and we'll see what we can do and interview them. The ones that we cannot reach, we will keep pushing. But thank you very much for your demands. Are not overbearing. They are good. We'll work. It's a sign that you people want us to do more. To whom much is given, much is expected. The support you've given us, you have the right to demand for more. For those who's asking for their hoodies, those in the diaspora, we're already trying to, for the UK leg, we've got somebody who will get it done, because we're calculating that if we do it hoodies here with the exchange rate, now we don't have to ship it, DHL, the cost is too much. So we want to do hoodie in the UK and send to the people in the UK, in the UK and Europe. Then for those of you in the US and other part, we also get our own fix. I'm already talking to a friend in Houston who will get to do the hoodie. We'll send the money, and then they will distribute it amongst you guys. So please just bear with us. It's not easy, but like I always say, if you guys help us to grow this channel to the point to where we get into like those 100,000 subscribers and the rest, all of those things will be coming very, very easy. But for now, it's been tough. Wow, thank you very much for your time. I'll have to say example, and then he decided to audition for young players to his academy. Over 2K boys showed up, and he has to select 30 players. Why are they not complaining that they are playing too much? Well, that said, I've got to go. My name still is Idafi Matias. You're going to love to come in. It's been fun on the show today. Let's do it again tomorrow, Friday. Have for yourself a wonderful day, and be the guy who makes this happen and not the one who complains. God bless you, and bye-bye.